Hello, my name is Rebecca Ward and I'm a violin teacher and chamber music coach at the South Pasadena Arts and Music Academy. In today's video, I'd like to talk about one of my favorite composers and one of my favorite pieces to teach. Let's talk about Humoresque by Antonín Dvořák. Before we talk about Humoresque, let's talk about the composer himself. Antonín Dvořák is a Czech composer. He was born in 1841, and though he spent most of his life living in the Czech Republic, he spent the years 1892 to 1895 living in New York City. And while he was there, he wrote some of his most famous pieces, most notably his Ninth Symphony, or his Symphony for the New World. It is a love letter to this new country he was living in. He was struck by the immigrant culture he was surrounded by in New York and being an immigrant himself while in New York. And he wrote a piece that weaves together all of the folk songs from all of the cultures in the melting pot that he felt made this country great. And he saw a country whose strength was built on its diversity, and he celebrated that in his ninth and final symphony. He also, while he was there, wrote the American String Quartet, his very, very famous cello concerto, and this piece. This is Humoresque, and I really love to teach this because of all of the different characters you get to bring out in this piece. There are very distinct characters. In fact, I think the characters are so pronounced that it almost sounds like a score to a silent film. So what I think I'm going to do is talk about the four primary characters that you hear, and then I'll play the whole piece, and you can see if you can hear each character as I play it. The first character we hear absolutely and unquestionably to me sounds like a child skipping, and I can't help but picture a balloon. I think this is a child skipping with a balloon, and I'm picturing Dvořák seeing a child skipping in Central Park with a balloon. And you can hear it, right? You can hear through the rhythm, the bounce of the skip. The next character, I think, is our hero. I think it's sort of undeniably our hero, and I think you'll hear that too. So next, we hear this dark, deep sound, one of the deepest sounds the violin can make, and I think of this as sounding like a 300-pound gorilla. I'm going to use my G string. It's going to be dark and rich. Like I said, 300-pound gorilla, the very opposite of our skipping child. And then we'll hear that same theme, but in a totally different character. We'll hear that same theme higher, and I picture, if that was a 300-pound gorilla, I think this is a bird. I think you can hear this beautiful plumage in this bird ascending. So those four characters, our child skipping, our hero, our 300-pound gorilla, and our ascending bird. You're going to hear all of those characters come in and out, weave in and out of this piece. So I'm going to play the whole thing. See if you can hear each of those characters. and at the end, it just floats away. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment. Let us know what else you'd like to hear us talk about. We are happy to talk about any and all composers. Thank you so much for watching today.